Yo, yo, yo. This your boy, this your motherfucking boy, King Known Uncensored. And I'm back with another one. And man. Jay quit. Every time he seems to open his mouth about this Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, he look cornier and cornier and cornier and cornier. My bad, y'all. This is my seatbelt bike, but fuck that. The show must go on. Fuck all that. But anyway, man. So he does an interview with Apple Music, you know what I mean? And shout out, I think that was Nadeska. That's Shorty Watt from, what was that show? Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and Academics back in the day. So she asked Cole some okay questions, you know, and we learned the events leading up to the whole Jay quitting, to the Jay quit. You know what I'm saying? So, boy basically said that, you know, he felt like he misrepresented himself. He talked about, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I was out here just preaching divide. Man, he swear he nods with his voice. You know what I mean? He swear he think he everybody but Jermaine Cole, bro. One day he Kendrick, one day he Drake, 1 minute he Nas. Yeah, so you know, the events leading up to the thing, you know what I'm saying? I was representing divide and conquer and blah 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 yada yada yada. I'm just like, it is 2026 and J. Cole still playing victim, still not taking responsibility. And then he's talking about how much he loved Drake and loved Kendrick and all this, but you sneak diss both of them. Before the whole Dreamville Fest and everything, you was sneak dissing Kendrick Lamar on songs, nigga. And then you went on tour with Kendrick's op. How you think Kendrick was supposed to feel? You was on the track preaching about Big Three. Kendrick called you out for competition. And then you actually dissed the man. And then you took it back before Kendrick could respond. You'll go ahead and beat up on Diggy Simmons. You'll go ahead and beat up on Nonami. You'll go ahead and beat up on Lil Pump. You tried that shit with Wale, and Wale bit your arm off. You thought Wale was sweet. You tried that shit against Kanye West, and Kanye spared you. You tried that shit with that little local dude or whoever you was dissing on that song on Poor Thing on your new album, but you ducked Kendrick. You ducking Sci-Hi. You ducking Freddie Gibbs. You ducking Tyler, the Creator. These are guys that said shit about you that you seemingly ignored. You are a heavyweight that fights lightweights. You don't even go to upper middleweight. You don't even go to light heavyweight. You are a heavyweight that fights lightweights or featherweights. When you compete, you punch downward. You don't punch upward. You don't battle somebody that is probably better than you, because you're scared of losing and being embarrassed. You went on this interview with Apple Music copping Pleas, and you are on Plea Copper Mount Rushmore. You looking like LaRussell right now, and I love LaRussell, but you know what I mean? That's what you looking like right now. You're looking like Mystical right now without the cases. The more you talk, the worse you appear. And then him bringing up that an hour before he went on stage, he decided, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go on stage and I'ma quit, which led to his wife crying. His wife crying tears of joy because she knew he felt bad about doing what he did. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't want to compete with your homeboy, which is fine, which is okay for human rights and for mental health and things of that nature. But I'm going to tell you something, though. Like, as far as rap, the spirit of rap, which is competition, which is battling, which is, you know, making hits and certain diss records and whatnot. In the spirit of that, it looks weak. It looks weak. You know, we play basketball, video games, we compete in certain things, and it's not as serious as you make it. You are not participating in a divide and conquer program. You diss somebody, you threw your rocks, and you hid your hand. And now you have been on a press tour, you know, promoting your album, which is, by your standards, whack as a motherfucker. You tried them Post Malone Shaboozey attempts on that album, trying to chase a hit record when you only have one hit record on this album. And I'm saying that to be nice and to be fair. 2-6 is a hit record. I'll give you that. The album is gold. You did your thing. It's funny how your ass fucking dropped when the Kendrick wave died down, and when everybody else, you waited until everybody was gone until you dropped. I would have dropped right in the middle of the shit, just like you did Mike Delete later. You was brave then. What happened? You only did 2 records in 2025. Meanwhile, Kendrick was killing. GNX, big tour, all this and that. That was the least you could have done, was drop an album in 2025. But you waited until everybody was gone. But I can say something about Cole, something nice about Cole. He ain't Drake. He ain't Drake. Cole went out and dropped the double album. Iceman been in the works since 2024. And he's managed to only, drop that album with Party Next Door, which unfortunately Party was used. And obviously, since the biggest hit record from that album doesn't even feature Party. I say Cole is a little bit braver than Drake was, because here's the thing. A lot of people give Drake credit for competing, but my issue with Drake is very simple. You competed and lost, and you were salty, and you decided to, sue. You decided to sue your record label for putting out the diss record. And you've been salty. So you don't get no brownie points for competing, my boy. J. Cole ain't sued Kendrick Lamar. He apologized, which is cool. But J. Cole will never be the #1 rapper ever again. I don't care if he was the only rapper left on this planet, because none of the current rappers of this generation I'm not going to say this generation. I'm going to say that none of the rappers that have been putting out albums consistently would have never done what you done. Benny the Butcher would never. Conway the Machine would never. 38 Special would never. Dave East would never. You know what I'm saying? Tyler the Creator would never. Kendrick Lamar would never. Doechii would never. Rhapsody would never. West Side Gun would never. Etc., etc., etc. Wale would never. You saw what Wale did when J. Cole tried to sneak diss him on False Prophets, and J. Cole trying to deny it to this day. Wale is still upset about that shit. He's still mad about that. You could just tell in his tone that he not happy with that. Because obviously Wale disclosed personal information to Cole, and we know the results of what happened. And Wale said that next day false prophets dropped. It's like, come on, dog. You never take accountability. You never take accountability. They'll say the apology was accountability, but no, it wasn't. The apology was, I'm scared of Kendrick, I don't want to battle him. Because, you know, we seen the results with Drake, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be making up lies about how many streams Drake has done, 1.4 billion streams. Whether that information is true or not, it's a bot. It's a bitch over there. It's a bot, bro. Ain't no way ain't nobody listening to Drake's newer music. All of the streams that he's getting is off of his old stuff. Just like Jay-Z, just like Eminem. Eminem be top 5 in rap streams every year because of his old stuff. And Eminem's the highest selling rap artist to ever do this shit. You know, just like Tupac, just like Big. You know what I'm saying? All of that is old Drake shit. None of his new shit. And J. Cole does have a very strong fan base. Salute to him for that. But I just don't approve of the plea copping and the throwing the rocks and hiding the hand. That's what I just don't approve of. That's that shit I don't like. But this your boy, this your motherfucking boy, King No Uncensored, and I'm out.